Yeah, I don't get that so much. I need, Liz Turner would say that to me, sort your shit out. She would say that. Who else would say that?
That's what we need, though, isn't it?
Steve Henry would say that.
So important to have that.
Yeah, I need people I sat in them groups. We're recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going, just keep talking.
Yeah, and like if I'm, like sat I was doing the groups, and I was saying I need to be called out on my shit.
And did they call you out?
No. Because I can talk really well, like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm still as fucked as everyone else. Do you know what I mean?
You just talk a good one, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
But that's probably more harmful than helpful to you.
Yeah.
In a setting where you need to be challenged.
Yeah. So so I'm asking for that. Challenge me, please.
Yeah.
What do you see? I need. Tell me about it. And they did get there eventually, particularly my housemates. They got more comfortable with me.
To restart tearing shreds off you.
Yeah, you're on social media too much.
Same.
Yeah, so I was like, fair enough. Let me move all my stuff. Let us know what you're doing, mate. Phone on silent.
Yeah, it's on Do Not Disturb as well. It won't go off.
You told me once I could vape in it. Yeah, that's before you bought the fucking turbo.
Yeah, but then...
That's a little bag.
Yeah, now he's got AK-47.
You literally, I look at it and I go, I know you don't like that.
Do you not vape? No. Fags.
I used to smoke weed. To be fair, I've done 2 weeks without smoking.
Well done.
Alright. Doing all.
You are.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
I'm getting nervous now.
I can see.
Can you see? How's your day been? So you've had a busy day, haven't you?
I have. Okay.
Cool. So you've had a busy day, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
Work, mothering, school runs, chaos, preparing for Jude's birthday tomorrow. The big
wow.
6.
How old is he?
6.
6. Yeah, they get big quick.
I mean, it's just who put me in charge of a 6-year-old.
No, I think
Wild.
about that with, I think who put me in charge of me?
Yes.
Really? Why would you left our own devices? Yeah, that's me. I'm one of them. Don't leave me to my own devices.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool. We'll just go then.
Okay.
So yeah, welcome to the PIK Podcast, everyone. I'm quite excited about tonight. I'm quite excited to have you on. And we're trying to move away from the addiction, but the opportunity to have you on was too good to give up. So yeah, Alex Hunter, welcome. How do you feel?
Nervous.
You nervous?
Yeah, really nervous. I'm literally shaking inside. This is not my, I do a bit of TikTok, going live singing at home on my own, but this is out of my comfort zone. But I'm willing.
Well, we did a TikTok, me and you together, didn't we, where you spoke to me?
We did.
So I suppose we'll just run with the same kind of dynamic, if you like. We just had a chat. And
but maybe reverse.
Oh, of course,
roles.
yeah. It's not like me to make it about me. But It's not,
We all do that.
Not like me at all. Yeah, I'll ask you a question and then probably answer it.
And that's why...
and then talk about me. So yeah, why now? Why? Because we spoke before the show, and we've had a few phone calls to and fro, and we spotted some areas we wanted to cover, and one of those was using during pregnancy.
Yeah.
And
a very taboo subject.
Yeah, and I suppose I wanted to home in on that a little bit, and so why now? So why talk about it?
Because
It's been
I
6 years.
feel like I am finally able to talk about it without being traumatised by guilt and shame.
Yeah.
And the guilt and shame of it all made my decisions for the first few years of my recovery, and I do feel a lot more free than I ever have. And I think if I don't talk about it now and put it out there and be brave and take what judgment will go with it,
Yep.
who's going to? Who is
Absolutely.
going to come out and say, I did this and this is how I got through it and this is how my life is today? Because people are too frightened and ashamed to talk about it because of judgment. So somebody has to take that plunge. I'm not saying I'm the first person to ever do it, but I don't know of anybody within our recovery community that has gone on a public forum to say this is what I did and this is how I got out of it. And if one woman on this planet gets some hope and knows that there is a way out and that she doesn't have to be born, their child doesn't have to be born, addicted or suffering, then this will have been worth putting myself out there for.
And I think it's really important that, because, I spent a long time using myself, and then I've worked in services, so I've seen and heard of and know many women that either gave their children up straight away from the off. Some left the hospital just, in complete just fear of what they might have done, possibly what they had done. And of course that just alerted social services to, because, kind of just, that, I suppose from a person who doesn't use, from their standpoint, it's like that maternal instinct should just kind of kick in, but
Of course.
it's not like that.
And I suppose unless you've walked in the shoes of a person addicted to substances, how could you possibly know how that feels?
Yeah.
You couldn't, because it's not possible. It's not possible for me to know how somebody feels that's got cancer, because I haven't had it and I haven't had that experience. But I have had the experience of using substances when pregnant and managing to stop.
Yeah.
And putting my hands up and saying, help me, I am in serious trouble here. And I wanted to live. I wanted my baby to live. I wanted to get out of it. I just couldn't see how I was going to do it. It seemed like such a mammoth task. As for any woman, pregnancy is tough. It's difficult.
Yeah.
There's the physical changes, the mental changes, the hormones. When you throw that into everything else that I had going on, I was one traumatised, poorly girl.
Yeah.
Trying to claw my way out and not knowing what to do.
So I want to jump back a little bit, but before we do that, I think it's pivotal to the story. So how many days before you gave birth did you get clean, essentially?
19 days before
19
I gave
days.
birth. Yeah.
And
so I gave birth at 19 days clean.
wow.
And am I proud of that? Of course I'm not. Of course I'm not proud of that. I wish it could have been different, but it wasn't. And thank God I did get clean in time. My son was born happy and healthy.
Yeah.
I haven't used since. I'm over 6 years clean now.
Wow.
He turns 6 tomorrow and I celebrated 6 years a couple of weeks ago.
That's nice.
Yeah, and the irony of it, I suppose, is that in earlier recovery, when I hit 1 year, 2 years, even 3 years, I was very much, don't post it on social media, don't make it public. I don't want everyone knowing how close it is to my son's birthday, because I was still plagued by the shame, and I still can be.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm human, I have emotion. I didn't just do that and not care that I did it. I was deeply, deeply troubled by it for a long time. But I feel like I have got some freedom and some self-forgiveness, which will enable me, hopefully, to be able to help other women that might find themselves in that situation. And if they're anything like me, you don't ever plan to be a drug addict in the first place, let alone become a parent and be a drug addict.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the last thing I ever wanted or imagined for myself. I dreamt, like every little girl, of the white picket fence, the big white wedding, the husband, the baby. And unfortunately, life did not pan out that way.
Yeah.
However, I sit here now, 36 years old, you know, I'm 6 years clean. I've got an amazing 6-year-old boy who's never, ever been around any sort of trauma or substances or anything of that sort. And I'm happy and I'm free.
Yeah.
And that is what is important to me now.